Alexis, and I am here at Silhouette Studios today, and we are making a little floral composition notebook cover. This is a fun project for back to school. You can make a little notebook like this that has a hook and loop closure, and here on the inside cover you've also got an expanding pocket, so you can keep stickers, notes, receipts, whatever you want to keep in there, nice and secure with that closure, and it's just really cute little notebook. So that's what we're making today. For this project you're going to need a standard sized composition notebook. It can be wide ruled or college ruled, whatever you have. And the standard size is a 9.75 inch by 7.5 inch. That's the size I'm using. And the cut file is scaled to work with that size. The cut file that you need for this project is in the design store, and it is design ID number 353259. And in that cut file, you're going to get all of the pieces you need to make your own notebook. I've already got all the pieces cut out here, and I'm going to show you how to put it together. So I've got kind of some purples. I based my color scheme here off of this pattern paper, which is like a fun, vibrant leopard print, kind of cheetah print pattern, and that's going to go on the inside cover of my notebook. And we're pairing that with some purples, blues, and a coral. So to start, we're going to start with these bigger pieces here. These pieces are going to wrap around the outside cover of the notebook, and the studio file includes perforation cuts here. I don't know if you can see that. So that allows you to make really simple and precise folds for the project. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is we're going to fold all of those perforated lines. I have my bone folder here, which just helps to get a nice crisp fold. So you're gonna look for those fold lines, kind of, oops, I ripped it. So look for those perforation lines, and then with your bone folder, or you could also use like your scraper tool, you want to press that down just to get a nice crisp fold line, and that tear there is going to be fine because we're going to glue it down, so don't worry about that. We'll go around to and fold all of these pieces. For the pocket pieces, you're going to do an accordion fold, and that's going to make the side of the pocket. So I'm going to fold it one way and then flip it over and fold it back the other way to give you that accordion fold. I'm using different weights of cardstock for the different pieces of this, just because those were the colors that I wanted, and that's what worked well together. So my cut settings are different for each different piece of cardstock. So if you end up doing the same, just be sure to check your cut settings, because you'll need different settings for heavier or thinner pieces, or like if you use just a patterned paper for the interior flaps, you'll need different cut settings. So just make sure to test all your materials. All right, so I've got all of the pieces folded and ready to go. And now we are ready to assemble our notebook, to glue it all together, basically. So I'm going to start with mine are light purple, but with these pieces, which are going to cover the outside of the notebook. We'll just kind of slide this over. And for this, I recommend using either a permanent tape runner adhesive like this, or a permanent double stick tape like this. That's what I've used, just because the adhesive is really strong and permanent, and they'll stay together better, and it's just easy. All right, so I'm gonna start with this piece, and I'm gonna take my tape runner here, And I'm just going to go around the edge and a little bit in the middle here and cover the notebook with my adhesive. There we go, get it started. Just like that. Smooth it down. And now on the inside, we're going to need to adhere these flaps down around the inside cover. So I'm just gonna do the same thing, run my adhesive here along the edge, and then fold it over to stick it down. This edge is going to be covered, so you don't need to worry too much about getting it just perfect right now. A lot of that will be covered up. There you go, that little corner was stuck. Okay, and then to finish the corner, I'm just gonna take a little bit of this double-sided tape, stick that down there. You're basically just going to fold these pieces down to create kind of a little, I'll need another, oh, actually it worked. So it makes a little kind of curved fan corner there on the notebook edge when all three pieces are stuck down. And again, that's going to be covered up by another piece. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, so we have the front cover covered now, and we're going to put down our patterned end paper on the inside cover. So there's two pieces, or two cuts, shapes. I can't pick it up, there we go. There are two different pieces, and one is longer and one is shorter. So for the front cover, you want that shorter piece. So we're just going to take our adhesive again, and I'm just going to run that along the edge of my end paper piece, interior cover piece. I will position that over that folded edge to give us a nice clean line. And there you go. We're going to do the same basic thing on the back cover now. This one's going to be a little bit different. You can see it has some more fold lines. That's because this is where the Velcro, or this is where the hook and loop closure flap attaches. So it sticks off the notebook a little bit more. But we're going to do the same basic thing. Position it so that the edge of the cover lines up with the fold lines, and then just glue it in place. There we go. And then we're not going to adhere this end, just the top and the bottom. And these little tabs here, we're just going to tack those down right onto the cardstock itself. I'm going to just use little pieces of double-sided tape for that. All right, now before we put the end page on this side, we're going to add our floral flower flap. So that is made with these two pieces. We've got one that's a full flower that's got some fold lines in the middle, and another one that looks like a half flower piece. And we're going to basically attach them like this to form that flap. So I'm going to start by attaching this one, and I'm going to start by gluing in between the perforation lines to center that really precisely on the fold lines first, and then I'll go back and attach these sides. On the inside, we're going to position this piece just so that the edge lines up with the other flower piece, and that just makes our flap a little bit stronger and also covers up, just makes it kind of a cleaner line on the inside. All right, when we have the flap done, then we're going to cover that up with our other end paper piece, and that should line up just so it's within a few millimeters of the edge all the way around. Then just kind of fold that along the perforated lines. And there you have the back of your notebook. So all that's left now is to add some decoration to our flap and then the pocket on the inside. So let's start with adding some of our flower decorations. So this piece is designed to just go on top of the flap like that and add a little decorative element. I've cut it from cardstock, but you could also cut it from vinyl if you'd like. And I'm going to do the same thing I did before, where I'm going to start with the center piece in between the fold lines and then go out from the middle. And the same with the center of the flower, which will go like that. All right, so there we have our flower design on the flap. And now we're going to cover the binding with a little scalloped piece. On the binding, I don't recommend you putting adhesive in between the fold lines because this will move as you open your book. So instead we're just gonna attach it here on the side pieces. All right, so here is what the notebook looks like so far. Coming together, almost done. The last kind of pieces that we need to add are our pocket pieces. So for that we have the front of the pocket, and then we have these two accordion pieces. And these are going to attach the side of the pocket to the front cover. So to do that, I'm just going to put some of this double-sided adhesive on each end of this accordion piece. All right, so when we have those ready, we're just going to take the paper backing off one side of each of these and line it up with the edge of the pocket piece. And do the same on the other side. All right, and just position your pocket on the inside of your cover, press it down, and then the only thing that's left to do is to add your sticky back hook and loop closures. So I've got a couple right here. And to get them perfectly positioned, I'm just going to put one right here on the inside of the flap. Then I'm going to take the other side and attach it so that they'll line up. Then close the notebook. Press down for a second to get the adhesive kind of activated. And then there you go. Your notebook's all done with a closure and a pocket, ready for all your cute stickers or whatever you're going to put in it. Thanks so much for crafting with me today. I hope you had fun making our flower composition notebook cover. If you want more silhouette craft ideas, be sure to check out my blog, persialoo.com. Until next time, happy making. Bye.